Migrant crisis. Croatian PM says country cannot stop migrants. The Croatian Prime Minister has said his country cannot stop migrants who wish to move on to Western Europe. Zoran Milanovic said Croatia had limited capacity but would try to register as many as possible. Authorities say at least 11,000 migrants have entered Croatia in 2 days after Hungary closed its border, blocking the previous route to the EU. Scuffles broke out in 2 locations on the border with Serbia as people grew frustrated after hours of waiting. Crowds briefly broke through police lines at Tovarnik and Badina as thousands of people waited for transport on from the border. Late on Thursday, Croatian officials announced they were closing roads leading to 7 border crossings with Serbia. Croatia's interior minister says the country is absolutely full. Migrants arriving by train at a Croatian town near the Hungarian border were encouraged to spend the night at a former military base. The EU leaders are to hold an emergency summit next week to discuss the crisis. On Thursday evening, Slovenian police said they had stopped a train carrying over 100 refugees at Dobova on the border with Croatia. An official told Reuters they would be returned to Croatia. Slovenia, like Hungary, is within the border Lozc and Jet zone. Officials have said they will not allow Slovenia to be a corridor to other EU countries to the north. As night fell, large numbers of migrants were still at the station at Tovarnik, across the border from the Serbian town of Sid, waiting for buses or trains to continue their journey into Croatia. Earlier in the day, police had struggled to control the crowd of several thousand, trapped in the baking sun with little food or water. In the afternoon, buses began taking migrants to another station to travel on to Zagreb. At the northernmost crossing between Croatia and Serbia, the river Danube separates Badina, on the Croatian side of the border, from the Serbian town of Bezin. The BBC's Lucy Williamson witnessed thousands of juvenile migrants streaming across the bridge and through the border, into Croatia and the EU. Many of the migrants said they intended to walk to Slovenia, Croatia's neighbor to the northwest. Hungary's decision to close its border with Serbia and use water cannon and tear gas to repel migrants on Wednesday was criticized by the United Nations top human rights official. It was this decision that triggered the move by thousands of migrants, who had traveled to Serbia via Macedonia and Greece, to try to reach Western Europe via Croatia instead. Hungarian media have reported that dozens of migrants were crossing from Croatia into Hungary at a lock within 50 kilometers 30 miles of Bezin, thus avoiding the fence on Hungary's border with Serbia. Meanwhile, Hungary's Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó says the country will extend its fence along the border with Romania,